A boss be rising, baby TV's igniting. Turn the volume up, yeah, the whole world's invited. From the gravel roads to the neon dreams, she built an empire out of broken wings. Boss be rising, sky ain't even the ceiling. When she hits go live, everybody feels it. She's the queen of the comeback.
Have you ever asked your best friend, "Are you mad at me?" And she says, "No, we're good." So you believe her because apparently you're an idiot who thought words still had meaning. Then 3 days later, you're in an entirely different argument, and suddenly she's opening the friendship archives like she's presenting evidence to Congress. Now, tonight we're talking about what happens when I'm fine really means I'm saving this for later.
Need advice? Ask a bee. The answers may not be perfect, but they'll be entertaining. Submit your letters and let bee mind your business for a while.
All right, y'all, welcome back to Ask a Bee and our week of when being bestie isn't bestie for you. Now, we're we're discovering that sometimes the person who knows you better than anybody else also somehow expects you to know things she specifically told you were not true. So tonight we've got two longtime best friends, one changed plan, one very direct question, one suspicious I'm fine, and apparently a 3 day emotional layaway program. Because our writer thought the situation was settled until Bestie came back with a receipt nobody knew she was keeping. So grab your imaginary friendship handbook and find the chapter on mind reading because apparently somebody skipped orientation. Let's get into this letter, shall we? I'm going to slide on over like I always do. Y'all hit that poll for me, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I love you forever. All right, here we go. Dear B, my best friend and I have known each other long enough that I thought we were past the whole I'm fine game. We're grown women. We've been through relationships, family problems, jobs, kids, health scares, and enough ridiculous situations together that I genuinely believe we could just tell each other when something bothered us. A few days ago, we planned to spend most of the day together, but something came up on my end and I had to change the plans. I didn't completely disappear on her, and I didn't wait until the last possible second to say anything. But I knew she had been looking forward to the day, and I could tell from her voice that something felt off. So I did what I thought a responsible adult and decent best friend should do. I asked her. I didn't hang around. I didn't make her guess what I meant. I straight up said, "Are you mad at me because our plans changed?" Well, she told me no. I asked again because I know this woman, B. I know that feeling. She said she understood everything was fine and I shouldn't worry about it. So I did the apparently outrageous thing of believing my best friend, of what my best friend told me. So for the next couple of days, everything seemed normal. We talked, we joked around, sent each other stupid stuff, and there was absolutely no indication that I was currently living through the calm before Hurricane Bestie. Then we had a disagreement about something completely unrelated. It wasn't even a huge argument at first, but somewhere in the middle of it, she suddenly brought up the day I changed our plans. Mm-mm-mm. Here we go. Except now the story sounded very different. Now she was upset. Now she'd felt abandoned. Now she'd rearranged things for me and I had wasted her time. Now there were things she could have done instead, things she supposedly missed out on, and apparently several reasons I should have known how hurt she was. B, I was stunned. I reminded her that I had specifically asked whether she was mad, and she specifically told me she wasn't. Her response was that I should have known. Apparently, because we've been friends so long, I was supposed to hear I'm not mad and somehow translate that into I'm actually furious, and there will be a quiz on this later. Of course, there will. Now she's telling me that best friends should know each other well enough to recognize when something is wrong. And I agree with that to a point. Of course, I can usually tell when something is bothering her. That's exactly why I asked. hmm But once I notice something is wrong and give you the opportunity to tell me, what am I supposed to do if you look at me in the metaphorical eye and tell me everything is okay? Am I supposed to interrogate you until you confess? And what bothers me even more is that she waited until we were arguing about something else to bring it up. Yeah. If she'd called me the next morning and said, I thought I was okay with it yesterday, but actually it hurt my feelings, I would have understood that. Me too. Sometimes people need time to figure out how they feel, but that's not what happened. It felt like she'd put the whole thing in her pocket and waited until she needed another piece of evidence against me. I love my best friend, and I don't want every disagreement between us turning into a trial where old charges suddenly get added to the case. So, B, if somebody asks you directly whether you're upset and you tell them no, can you really blame them later for believing you? Signed, apparently I failed Bestie Mind Reading 101. That's a good one. Okay, you know what? Oh, I feel every bit of that, and I'll tell you why. I have a best friend. Let me just put it that way. Look, life is good, right? You know, let's start with this. I'm fine versus actually being fine. Okay. There is a difference between deliberately hiding your feelings and genuinely not understanding them, right? Sometimes people say they're fine because they don't want confrontation. Sometimes because they're trying to convince themselves they're fine, and sometimes because they haven't processed what happened yet. If your feelings change later, does that make the original answer dishonest, or does the responsibility depend on what you do once you realize you're actually upset? This one is a tough one, bestie, let me tell you. Okay? Because personally, I hate when somebody tells me I'm fine. I know exactly what that means. And in my world, it used to mean forked up, all right, insecure, neurotic, and emotional. And that tells me everything. Okay. I believe in every single word I just said to you for that word, because I'm fine is never good. It's never good. Ask a man. And if he doesn't know, Lord help him, right? Look, when it's two women, it is such a different situation when there is an I'm fine in there, because women know what I'm fine means. It doesn't have to be an acronym there either, okay? It is simply saying no, but I'm not ready to talk about it yet. Or no, but you haven't apologized yet for some women, right? Yeah, ask my old man probably. But here's the thing, once you realize that they're upset, you're kind of obligated to get into it with them anyway. So if you say, I'm fine, don't you think you're already putting it out there that you're upset? I mean, it's kind of a silly thing to say. That's why I don't say it. I'm fine. No, you're not. You wouldn't say it that way. You wouldn't use that, right? And I'm not saying this is just women, because some men do this too, but mostly women. I used to be very guilty of it. And let me tell you, it took me forever to get out of doing that. Stop doing it. Just tell the truth. Tell exactly what you feel and get through it, you know? It's ridiculous. It's absolutely absolutely ridiculous to just say, look, I'm probably not very happy right now, or something to that effect, and say, can we talk about this later? If you don't want to talk about it, don't say, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. No, you're not. Don't lie to me. My bestie, she knows not to tell me that. And she doesn't tell me she's sorry either, because I don't like that word. It's useless without the action behind it, right? True facts. You know it's true. So, how much mind reading does a best friend owe you? Longtime friends learn each other's voices, moods, expressions, habits, warning signs. Okay, warning signs. I should have put that first. So noticing that something is wrong can absolutely be part of knowing somebody well, right? But recognizing that your friend seems upset and knowing exactly why she's upset are two completely different things, right? So once somebody notices, asks directly, and gives you an opportunity to explain yourself without using I'm fine, how much responsibility can responsibly remain on them to keep digging after you've said nothing's wrong? I mean, honestly, if I ask you and you tell me, you don't have to be right. You don't have to be okay. It's all right. Aha! Hey, hipster sister, I love you. Good to see you, honey. I'm sorry I was blabbing over here. It's so good to see you. How are you, my sweet friend? I bet you know what I'm talking about. I'm fine. I'm fine. Don't say that to me. You're not fine. I know you're not fine. Women know you're not fine when you say I'm fine. And men should know. And if they don't, like I said, I feel bad for you. So, should you keep digging? Honestly, yes. She's your best friend. You're going to annoy the crap out of her anyway, trying to figure it out. So, you might as well just get it over with. Because, right? Big, big hugs, Tracy. Love you, honey. Mwah. I'm so happy to see you. Thanks for coming to see me. You just made my day. Speaking of good friends, this one right here, she is amazing. Y'all get over there and see all her wonderful things that she's been doing, all her travels and her garden. And I just want to travel to go see her and her garden and ride in that cool truck. And just, she's got some stuff going on over there. I'm so proud of her. She's just going so big. All right. So, don't listen to your bestie if they say they're fine. In fact, I would probably smack mine in the back of the head. You ever watch NCIS? Gibbs? Right in the back of the head. Because no, that doesn't fly with me. I know better. Spit it out. And if it's about me, you better spit it out faster. Because, come on. Friends. Oh, it's not like a received. Oh, you were saying. Oh, you didn't get a notification again? What is going on with this thing? I don't know, honey. Every time I turn around, I've got so many coming in and then out again. I hit 10K this week, so uh but I am so happy to see you, and I love it that you're here. I've been watching. I've seen you're traveling around in that little truck of yours. That's pretty cool. And the garden and everything. I'm serious. You guys need to go watch her. She's awesome. Thank you. I'm glad you were scrolling. So, all right, processing your feelings is different from saying saving ammunition, right? Oh, thank you too, honey. I'm serious. You made my day. I'm so glad to see you. I don't ever get to talk to you, but I try to catch your videos. So, saving ammunition. See, when you have good friends, you don't really have to worry about these things so much, right? But realizing the next day that something bothered you more than you initially thought is normal, okay? Coming back later and saying, I've had time to think about this and it actually hurt me, gives the friendship a chance to heal with the problem. You know what? Holding on to the grievance until an unrelated argument gives you an opportunity to use it changes the dynamic. Where is the line between needing time to process something and quality or quietly building a case against your best friend, right? Don't sit around building cases. Don't sit around stewing in this stuff, okay? Boss B needs a sip, and you need to see this ad because y'all need to check out my shorts. Be right back.
Boss B reacts because somebody has to supervise the internet, and apparently that somebody is B.
I just feel rude taking a drink of my drink on camera. So you know what I do? I throw up a funny little ad I made. It's silly, I know. Okay, so the fourth point that I want to make here before we get to a ruling of any kind. When every argument opens the friendship archives, okay? One disagreement can become impossible to solve. When suddenly you're also arguing about last Tuesday, Christmas 3 years ago, the birthday somebody forgot, the money somebody borrowed, the favor somebody didn't return, and 17 other things nobody knew were still pending. If old problems repeatedly appeared during new arguments, were those problems ever actually resolved? And I'm sorry, how can two friends fix today's issues when every disagreement becomes a review of the entire friendship? Stop the judging, right? You got to stop the judging and just love each other. That's what friends are supposed to be about. So, my ruling, I guess, I don't know. I feel like a judge saying that, but I'm not a judge. I'm not trying to judge. But if I asked and you said you were fine, who owns what happens next? Right? Best friends should care enough to notice when something feels wrong, but friendship cannot require one person to correctly decode the opposite of what the other person says. If if you weren't ready to talk, is I need some time more honest than I'm fine? I mean, it really is. You're just one phrase and you're trading a set of complications for another. That's it. Maybe these second set would be a little less. Maybe if you just said, I need some time, of course, your best friend's going to be sitting over there. Oh, what I do? Okay, okay. I feel bad, but what happened? Sure. Let them deal with that part. But if you're hurt and you need some time, you have the right to ask. That's your privilege. Seriously. I'm fine is never going to solve anything except for, oh, 10 more arguments down the line. So if you later realize you actually are upset, it is your responsibility to reopen that conversation directly, because if you wait until the next argument, oh my gosh, it's going to explode. And ultimately, how much responsibility does your best friend have, seriously, for feelings you had an opportunity to communicate but just chose not to? It's all about communication. It's seriously all about communication. And if you've been friends for this long, you know there is a line of communication already established. So you need to take advantage of that and sit down and talk to your friend and say, listen, I kind of have an idea, that I've upset you and I would like to talk about it and fix it if possible. But then the other person also has the obligation to not say, I'm fine, and slough it off or put it in their pocket till later. They need to walk up and say, you know what? Yes, let's talk about that because I realize after having a little time, it did make me feel kind of bad. So let's talk about it. We'll get through it. And guess what? Another decade, and you've already had 50,000 other arguments, right? That's how it is with me and my friends. And, I can't say that I talk to my friends a lot because, well, they're busy. So am I. We have lives, right? Everybody has a life to lead. Not everybody has a YouTube channel, but there's lots of people out there that have a lot of other things that they're doing. Hey, Tracy's got a YouTube channel. Go see it, please, for me. Listen, I love my best friends. I love all my friends. I do. And there are boundaries that you have to set with them because sometimes putting that in their pocket, the only thing that they've done when they put that in their pocket is decided that you should have and they should have ammunition against you later. And for some reason, you've made them feel like they needed to hold on to some ammunition, or maybe you've held on to before too and hadn't noticed it, because that's happened to me before too. I've had a friend that I jumped on because they said something that happened in the past, and you know what? I blindly turned around and did the same thing. And you know what happened after that? After we both picked each other up off the floor and wiped the sweat from our brow because we were laughing at each other so hard, it was unbelievable. We both did it. We both realized it. We both laughed it off. We got through it. And you know what? We are better friends for it now, I think, than we ever were before. Simply because I have this one friend, and I swear to God, it's true. And if my husband, her husband, everybody said that we are so much alike. And it's almost like when we get close enough to each other that we have one brain cell that we share. I'm serious. I mean, I can be thinking about her, and you know what? She's probably about texting me right now because I'm talking about her. This is what happens, and it's crazy, and I love it to death. But then there's other times that I don't, right? It's like, yes, bestie, I know, but not right now. Her and I have known each other for at least a decade, right? And she's pretty amazing. She helps me when I need it. I help her when she needs it. We don't keep score. That's what a real friendship is about, not keeping score. And if you put that stuff in your pocket for later, that's keeping score. And it's unhealthy. In fact, it's quite toxic to the relationship. And you should probably empty your pockets. Yeah. So, okay. I don't know if anybody knows this. All 4,000 of you, or just four. But thank you for being here. Please hit that like and subscribe button for me if you found this fun. Listen, it's only a 30-minute show now because this girl is busy. And I am producing other people, and I'm having a good life right now, and I'm loving my life. And you know what? Tracy over there, so is she. And you know why? Because we have wonderful, wonderful communities that come and sit with us and listen and watch and comment and like and subscribe. And did I touch all of those? But okay, here's my final ruling here. Knowing your best friend well enough to notice something is wrong does not come with a complimentary degree in telepathy. Okay. If somebody cares enough to ask you directly whether you're upset, you don't have to explain yourself before you're ready. But you can say, I'm not ready to talk about it, or I need some time to figure out how I feel. What you cannot reasonably do is tell somebody everything is fine. Let them believe you and then punish them later for failing to discover the secret answer. And if you honestly thought you were fine and realized later that you weren't, congratulations, you're human. Go back and have the conversation. Light and love and blessings, beautiful Tracy doll. I love you, honey. Thank you for being here. Besties are allowed to change their feelings. They're allowed to need time. They're even allowed to get mad. But if every new disagreement becomes an opportunity to unload 3 days of unspoken resentment, eventually nobody is arguing, um, about the problem anymore. They're arguing about the friendship. That's the ruling from this bee. So say what you mean when you can, ask for time when you can't, and please stop expecting your bestie to come equipped with emotional closed captioning. Especially mine, she doesn't even come with filters. Y'all go check out my friend's tuber chat and definitely go see Tracy's local learning. She is beautiful, as is her channel. I love you, doll. See y'all later.
I want to take a minute to shout out Tuber Chat. If you're a creator who's tired of surface level advice, and actually wants to understand how YouTube works, that's the space. It's real conversations with real creators who are in the trenches, building channels, testing ideas. No posturing, no gatekeeping, no fake guru energy, just people sharing what's working, what isn't, and why. If you're serious about growing, learning, and not doing this alone, check out Tuber Chat. The link is in the description.
A boss be rising.